Hello friends, so today we are going to go over box plots. Box plots are used to show the distribution between a set of data. Okay, so here the smallest value is going to be the minimum. Okay, the first quartile is also called quartile 1, the median is also called quartile 2, and the third quartile is called quartile 3 or Q3. Okay, and then of course the greatest value is the max. Okay, all of these points are important for us to remember. Okay, all right, so let's talk about each part. The minimum being the smallest value. Okay, the maximum is the largest value. Median is the middle value, aka second quartile. We also write that as Q2. Okay, the first quartile, also written as Q1, is the median value of the first half of the data. Okay, so that is going to be that is going to be this part. Okay, and then the third quartile, also written as Q3, is the median of the median value of the second half of data. Okay, that is going to be this part right here. Okay, now when we're talking about the range, that is going to be largest, which is called max, minus the smallest, which is called minimum. Okay, and then interquartile range. It is the range of second and third quartile. Okay, and what that basically means is you are going to take, here I'm going to draw it for you, where if we have a box, okay, this is the, let's just make one, okay? So here what we're doing is we're only looking at this part, okay? And specifically this point, Q1, and this point, Q3, okay? And what that is what we're going to do is Q3 minus Q1. That gives us interquartile range, or IQR, okay? All right, you can pause if you need to. Let's go ahead and go to the next page. Okay, so here we have the shape of box plot. So if you have a box plot that is skewed left, that means that the box is more to right, okay? If it is symmetrical, it's pretty much even, okay? Skewed right means box is more to left, okay? All right, let's talk about center. Center is also called the median. That is Q2, okay? And what we're going to take a look at is inside of the box, okay? It's the center of the box. Here is the box, and I'm looking at this piece right here. That's going to be 6, okay? So quartile 2, or the median, is 6. Spread is the range, okay? And that is maximum minus minimum, okay? Here in this one, here you have this point, this is the minimum, and this is the maximum, okay? We're going to go ahead and try doing this. Now we're going to approximately find it. So let's say that this is at 98. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 98, and this is like maybe at 68. And we're going to subtract those two numbers, okay? 8 minus 8 is 0. 9 minus 6 is 3. So that means that the range for this spread is going to be 30, okay? All right. let's go down. You can pause if you need to. I'm going to move down to these box plots that I have right here, okay? And first of all, what I want to do is I want to label every dot, every point, okay? So here, this is 7, this is 7.5, 8.5, this one is 8.75, and this one is 9.5. Again, just so that we have it as well, okay? This is minimum, this is maximum, this is quartile 1, quartile 2, quartile 3, okay? Now, the next one, again, it's also going to, I'm going to do the same thing, okay? So this is the minimum, and this is at 6.5. This is quartile 1, and this is at 7.25. This is quartile 2, or the median, okay? Remember, quartile 2 is also median, okay? Let's not forget that. And this is going to be at 8. Quartile 3 is at 9. Maximum is at 9.5, okay? All right. So here, let's go ahead and look at these speak bubbles here, and we're going to see if they're true or false, okay? So here, I'm looking at this one, and it says that the range of oak is the same as pine, okay? So we're talking about range. Remember, range is found by doing maximum minus minimum. So looking at oak, that is going to be 9.5. I'm going to write oak. That's going to be 9.5 minus 7.0, okay? Let me move this up just a little bit. Okay. 5 here, 9 minus 7 is 2.5, okay? And it's telling us that basically oak is equal to pine. So let's test that out, okay? For pine, it's going to be 9.5 minus 6.5. 5 minus 5 is going to be 0. 9 minus 6 is 3. So that means that this one is 3.0, or just 3, okay? These are not the same, so this is false, okay? I'm going to actually do this one right. Okay, this is false. Let's take a look at the next question, okay? True or false, the IQR of oak is less than the IQR of pine, okay? So, oh no. Shut up, get off my... Sorry, my cat was all over my stuff. Okay. The IQR of oak is less than that of the IQR of pine. Okay, so here, oak. Remember, IQR, let me write this here, is going to be Q3 minus Q1, okay? And that is already labeled on our box plots, okay? So for oak, that is going to be 8.75 minus 7.50. 5 minus 0 is 5. 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 7 is 1. So this would be 1.25. And it's saying that it is less than that of pine. Okay, so let's look at pine. Pine is going to be 9.00. I'm going to write 0.00 because the Q1 is 7.25. And we're going to have to borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5, 9 minus 2 is 7, and 8 minus 7 is 1. So here is saying that 1.25 is less than 1.75. This is true. So here we can safely say true. All right, let's go to the last question. Now it's talking about median, okay? And median is Q2, okay, which is the middle of the box, okay? All right, so here is saying that median of pine is greater than oak. My cats are acting out right now. Okay, so we have pine being greater than oak. Okay, pine's median is 8. Oak's median is 8.5. And as you can see, 8 is not greater than 8.5. This is false. 8 is actually less than 8.5. Okay, so here we can say that that is false. Okay, take your time to pause and get this down, and I'm going to go ahead and move to the next page. Okay. All right, so here, next page, going in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're going to talk about circle graphs now, okay? So when it comes to circle graphs, these graphs are used to display data represented as percents, okay? All sections of the graph add up to 100%. Oh my God, these cats. Okay, let's see, here, the first thing that I recommend you doing is making sure that you have all the pieces. So I see that walking is 45%, okay? Jogging is 15%, bowling is 10%, swimming is 10%. Y'all, hold on. Okay, I'm back. All right, so jogging is 15%, bowling is 10%, swimming is 10%, and then here we don't know what basketball is. So we're going to add 45 plus 15 plus 10 plus 10. That's going to be 10, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what we do is 100 minus 80, and that's going to be 20. So this basketball is 20%, okay? That's all there is to this one, okay? Just make sure that when you have a question with circle graphs, you first pay attention to this. If they are all there, if there is no percents missing, you go to answer the question, okay? All right, going on to the next part, okay? So here, we're going to solve these two questions, okay? And these two questions, like on this one, is saying that there is 500 people surveyed, were asked what their favorite pet was. There is no percents missing, so we don't have to worry about finding a missing percent. Let's just go ahead and answer the question. How many more people chose dogs than cats? So when you see how many more people, that means that what you're going to do is you're going to subtract, okay? Now, what we're subtracting is the percents. We want to know how many more people like dogs than they like cats, okay? So here what we would do is 30 minus 25, which is just 5%, okay? And I can go ahead and put this into this proportion box, okay? So this is the number side, this is the percent side, okay? The top part is going to be the part, the bottom part is going to be the whole, okay? 5% goes here. Out of 100, 100 is already there, okay? The part we don't know. We don't know what the number is of how many people like dogs more than cats, okay? So that's going to be X. The whole is going to be how many people were surveyed. And up here, remember, we said that there was 500 people that were surveyed. So 500 goes right here, okay? Now, there's two ways that you can solve this. You can either do this by doing a cross multiplication. So what you do is X times 100. That'll be 100X equals 5 times 500, okay? And what that does is, I know that 5 times 5 is 25, so that would be 2,500 or 2,500, okay? And then all I have to do is bring down 100x in the equals, and then I divide by 100. And you can use the zeros trick. You have a 0 on top and bottom. You have a 0 on top and bottom. So you take those off and you're left with 25. So x is equal to 25. Okay, that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to set up or to have the proportion, but you're finding a relationship. Okay, so I'll show you that in green. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, this will be x out of 500. 5 out of 100. And I know that I'm trying to go this way. So going from 100 to 500, I have to multiply by 100 by 5. So that means I have to do 5 times 5. That means I will have x equals 25. Okay? We got the same answer in both ways, using both ways. The preference is yours, which way you prefer to use. Okay? Now, not always will you be able to use finding a relationship, which is the top one. Okay, this is a relationship. Okay, you may not always be able to do it that way. Okay, and if you can't, then you have to come to use the equation style. Okay, cross multiply and solve the equation. Okay, if you are not able to find a relationship, and there's going to be some times that you're not going to be able to find that relationship. Okay, let's go to the next question. Kara's budget for the month is $2,500. Okay, as I can see, we have all of the percents. There's not one missing, so I don't have to solve to find the missing percent. I can go ahead and solve the question. Okay, so how much more? Again, this is another one where we're going to have to subtract. So we're looking at how much more Kara spent on food than she did on clothing in the month. Okay, so we're talking about food and clothing. So that's going to be 20 minus 15, which is going to be 5%. Okay, all right, so we're going to put this into our proportion box up here, or down here, 5% out of 100. And the part we don't know, we're trying to find that out. The whole is going to be 2,500 because that's how much money her budget is, okay? All right, now here you can cross multiply or you can find the relationship. I see that I can do a relationship, okay? Come in from this way, okay? I know that if I go this way, I can do 100 divided by 20. Okay, and I know that 10 divided by 2 is 5, so that's why that works. Okay, all right, so here I have to do 2,500 divided by 20. I know that 20 can go into 25 one time. Then I subtract, that gives me 5. 20 can go into 52 times. That'll be 40. And then that turns into 10. Bring down the other 0 to make 100. And 20 can go into 105 times. So my answer is going to be x equals $125. This is how much more she spends. This is how much more money she spends on food than she does on clothing. Okay, she's a foodie girl. She's not a fashionista. Okay, all right, guys. We are done here. Okay, so I'm gonna post this video so that y'all can go back and look at all the